Good morning, everyone. I'm looking real crusty. Sorry about that. Disregard it. I'm getting messages. My bad. I just woke up not too long ago. I did get myself together, but I guess not all the way. I decided to come get my medicine. I don't know if you guys can see, but I am at CVS. And I didn't remember that today was my last day. My gosh, my face is so dry. Today was my last day to get one of my other medications. I told you guys I was going to do another video on medications that I take, and I cannot find my lip gloss, so y'all just gonna have to deal with it. The medications that I take and why I don't have medications for the onset of my migraines, what I take, and you know, blah 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 blah. So I am at CVS right now picking up my second medication. Once again, I didn't realize that today was my last day to pick up my medication before they basically put it back on the shelf. I waited so long. Let me try to put my phone down. So okay, I waited so long because as of right now, because of how severe my seizures are and how often they're happening right now, I have a fear of driving. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys in a second. It's my turn. Hold on.
Thank you for choosing CVS Pharmacy. If you're dropping off a new prescription, please make sure the name, address, date of birth, and cell phone number are clearly written on the prescription. A pharmacy team member will be with you shortly. We look forward to serving you.
Hey, how are you this morning?
Good. How are you?
Good, I'm great, thanks. Are you picking up
Good.
this morning?
Yes.
What's up? Birthday coming up, girl.
Yes. I have no idea what this COVID. Probably in the house.
Hey, just be thankful to be here.
That's true. That's
I have
true.
one rated course, please, no charge.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. He came, and I was like, if I was back home, I would have you.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetie. Have a great one.
You too. Okay, you guys. She was so sweet, y'all. She was so sweet. Okay, so I am done with that. So as I was trying to say, I'm going to go ahead and come over here for a second and park and talk to y'all because I don't want to drive and talk to y'all. So I'm going to just park right here for a second. Also, because I go the back way home, there are like windy roads and I don't want to do that and talk. Okay. So as I was saying, I have a fear right now of driving because for some reason, I'm finding out for some reason, the motion of the car, or something about the car, I believe it's the motion of the car, but something about the car brings on seizures for me, in addition to migraines or whatever. Like I can't I can't keep trying to figure this out for myself right now because I'm still in the research phase of my body and of the onset of these and, you know, of everything, period. You know what I mean? So what I do know right now is migraines and the motion of the car or something about the car. And once again, like I said, I believe it's the motion for some reason because it's whether I'm driving or not driving. So it has to be something with the motion. Okay, so yeah. So I try not to drive and I have a fear of driving because I don't want to get in an accident or I don't want to go into a seizure as I'm driving, especially at high speeds on the Beltway or on the main road, because the main road here is at a high speed. Or better yet, on the back road, because, you know, most of the back roads here, it's not a lot of back roads here, which is once again fearful because then I have to be on the main road most of the time. But a couple of the back roads that I do take, especially to come get my medicine, is, you know, the 2-lane, the 1 lane going, 1 lane coming, windy little country streets. And I get in an accident back here, especially at night, and no one may see me, or I'm in a ditch. or I'm in somebody's yard. You see what I'm saying? Because these country little roads don't have sidewalks. You see what I'm saying? Like, so that's no good. And forget that I'm in somebody's yard or in a ditch, but that's my life I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Even worse, if I have to go somewhere and, excuse me, I'll have to turn this heat down before I burn to a crisp. Even worse than my life, having to go somewhere and have my kids in the car. Now I'm talking about my life. Forget my life. Now I'm talking about my kids' life. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah. Hey everyone, I am back. The first clip of me at CVS was actually a few days ago, so that's why I kind of look different, even though I'm still looking a little rough. You know, one of these days I'm gonna do a video with you guys and I'm gonna look put together, but not today. Okay. I was just thinking about that before I even pushed play on this video, that I was sitting here at my little setup in my room. As y'all can tell, it's a whole different setup. I normally don't do this setup. I wanted to do something different, but I was sitting at my little setup in my room and I was like, I'm sitting here at my setup and I have a little makeup here. This is my like setup vanity, whatever I have in my room. And I was like, why don't I just throw some, you know, something, do something. And I was like, not today. So anyway, before this video gets any longer than it is, I promise you guys I'm gonna look so much better one of these days. I promise you guys. Just not today, because today I'm just not feeling too well and I just can't today. So anyway, before I get into that, actually no, let me get into that before I get into this actual video. So today, right, my son decided that when I put him into the bed, can't talk, in the bed at 9:30 last night, that he wanted to take a nap and not go to bed, right? So 9:30, oh, excuse me, you guys. YouTube is on. So 9:30, he thought it was nap time and not bedtime. He decided to get up at around 1 o'clock in the morning and not go back to sleep until around almost 4 o'clock this morning. So yay for me. Yeah. So I had to get up this morning around 7 to wake my daughters up for school. And it was a whole mess. It was a whole mess. So needless to say, when I actually got up, I had a full-blown migraine, and y'all know how that goes for me. So I've been on a struggle bus today, the struggle bus. But anyway, let's get into the actual video of why I am here. Yes. So today we're going to be talking about the medications that I am on right now and get a little bit into the story of why and yeah, all of that. So it's kind of weird for me, the angle of this, because I don't know really where to look. So if I'm looking a little weird and trying to figure out where I'm supposed to look, just bear with me, y'all. Okay, let's start this video off, shall we? Okay, you guys. So, right now I am on Topamax or Topiramate. I hope I am pronouncing this correctly, but it is Topamax. I am on a 50 milligram tablet. Technically, I'm supposed to be on a 100 milligram tablet, but the pharmacy keeps giving me 50 milligram tablets. I have no idea why. But, so I take 5 of them because I'm sorry. Yeah, I take 5 because I am supposed to be on 250 milligrams a day. So I take 5 of them. I normally take all of them at once at night because it supposedly helps me sleep, because I have trouble sleeping. My computer's going to keep going on and off because I would prefer it on. Anyway, my doctor wants me to take like 2 in the morning and the rest at night so that it can, like, some of it be in my system throughout the day and not just take them all at night, because basically it's not going to be in my system throughout the day. It's just going to be in my system all night and then kind of kind of tamper off like throughout the day, if that makes any sense, and not help me throughout the day. But I don't want to be sleepy throughout the day. So I'm trying to figure out what works best for me. And it's an experiment at this point. So, speaking of doctors, I actually have 2 neurologists right now. It's a long story. I'll get into it a little bit. And I don't want to make this video a little long. I don't want to make this video long. So I will make a separate video on that story because it is a story. When I first started having seizures, I already had a neurologist because I was going to a neurologist for my migraines. And when I started having seizures, I couldn't get into that neurologist for literally like 4 to 5 months later. Like, that's how booked up he was. So I had to find a new neurologist according to the ER doctor, because he said that was too far along. I needed to be seen right then and there, or as soon as possible. So I had to find a new one. When I found a new one, that new one was 45 minutes away from me versus the one I was currently seeing at the moment, which was 10 minutes up the street from me. Also, I cannot drive, as you heard me say in the previous clip. So it's hard for me to fluctuate schedules and to coordinate schedules for me to get 45 minutes from where I am. So I went to see that doctor, who basically went up on my Topamax, which is why I'm taking 250 milligrams. Before, I was on it for my migraines with 200 milligrams with the doctor that I'm currently with, who is the one that is 10 minutes away. The new doctor went up and he wants me to eventually get to 400. This is why I keep going back and forth. So I'm going to just say the 10-minute doctor and the 45-minute doctor so you guys can understand. So the 10-minute doctor had me on this already, and I was taking 200. The 45-minute doctor went up to 250, and he wants me to eventually get to 400. So right now, I'm trying to decide which doctor I'm going to stick with, depending on how often I can get to, depending on how I can get to the doctor, and basically the plan, because I haven't seen the 10-minute doctor yet, literally. And this started happening back in September. It is now January. So my appointment with the 10-minute doctor is literally 3 days away, since I made the appointment in October. Right. My appointment with the 45-minute doctor was supposed to be tomorrow, but I had to cancel because I couldn't get to him. And I was supposed to have some follow-up tests done, and I couldn't get to that either because it's also 45 minutes away. So like I said, it's a long story. I'll make a separate video on that. But back to the medications. So I am on the Topamax right now. How is it doing? Now, the Topamax is used for migraines. It's also an anticonvulsant, which is used for seizures and a few other things. I thought at first it was working for my migraines. Apparently it's not, because I started having seizures. So obviously it's not working. The 45-minute doctor was basically telling me that it's not working, because the dosage was too low. This is why he wanted me on 400 milligrams. But this type of medication, you can't just go from taking none to taking 400, or taking 200 to taking 400. You have to go up gradually. So this is why he wanted me to go from 2 to 250. And the next time we're going to go up, and next time we're going to go up. My thing is, the 10-minute doctor basically, when I first started, had me go up gradually by week. The 45-minute doctor had me on 250 for about a month and a half. So I'm trying to figure out why he wanted me on that low dosage, knowing that the other dosage wasn't working for so long. You know what I mean? Because this dosage isn't doing much of anything either. But I won't know that because I already canceled the appointment. So I don't know. We will see. I was going to see if I could talk to him, like have an appointment virtually, but I couldn't get to the test He wanted me to have an EEG and an MRI with contrast at the hospital he's affiliated with, but it's no point in me having the virtual appointment either if I couldn't, you know, have those tests done and talk to him about that too at the point, you know, anyway. So I'm on that. About a week and a half ago, him or his office, well, it had to be him, he called in this new medication for me. Is rizatriptan, this medicine here. And I had no idea about it. Literally just got a call from my pharmacy and was like, you have to pick up your prescription. And I was like, huh? Like, what prescription? And it just said RI. And I was just like, what the heck is RI? So I had to look into it and call them and figure out what it was. And they was like, oh, it's a rizatriptan. And I was like, triptan? Because, once again, this is going to be another story. Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi.
These are big trucks.
Is it a big truck?
Yeah.
Yeah. My baby.
Here's a baby.
Yeah, my baby. Baby. So as I was trying to say, rizatriptan is part of the triptan family. If you know anything about migraine medication, is a whole family of triptans. And there are different types of triptans, the different names of triptans. I'm gonna look them up. Give me a second. The different types of triptans. There's alomotriptan, lasmedian something, rizatriptan, simatriptan, xylem something triptan. Like, there's so many triptans, right? And what they do is they work with a brain chemical called serotonin. Okay, and it's basically help quiet down overactive pain nerves, right? So what they do is they reverse the changes in your brain that causes your migraines. So this is what basically happened to me. And serotonin is the chemical in your brain that causes happiness as well, which if you get into it chemically, it makes sense, but then it kind of doesn't make sense just on the lighter end, because it's like, does it make you just happy? You know what I mean? But yeah, it has a lot of things to do with your neurons and your pain neurons and the firing, because that's what migraines do. Migraine is like an overactive firing in your brain neurons. And if you get into it chemically, like I said, it makes more sense. But we're not going to do that, because I will confuse y'all and y'all will confuse me and we will confuse each other. Okay. We're not doing that today. So like I said, I will get more into this and what happened to me specifically in that specific video, but I will give you a little snippet in this one since I already started with this. So with this medication, because I have complicated migraines, which is a different type of migraine altogether, from what I've learned and still learning, the 10-minute doctor basically told me I can't take any triptans, right? Mind you, the 45-minute doctor gave me this one. Basically sent it in, didn't tell me anything, didn't say he was sending it in, didn't say how to take it, didn't say, hey, we should try this at my appointment, didn't say anything about it, right? So when I went to pick it up, as you saw in the first clip, I looked at the directions and it says, take one tablet as needed by oral route as directed for 30 days. So I'm like, as directed? I was never directed, but okay. So I had to look it up, right? So I looked it up and I'm like, okay, my cousin has the same type of migraines and we're always talking about the symptoms and stuff. We either, we stayed together for a little while. She actually lived with me for a little while. And so we helped out each other for a long time with different medications and with symptoms. And when she was sick, I helped her out. When I was sick, she helped me out. So, and especially with me not knowing about migraines, it was a big help for me. So I called her up and I was like, have you ever had this triptan? Because it's a lot. And she was like, no, I haven't had that one, but I've had this one and that one. And I'm like, you know what? I never thought that, as I was saying, sorry, you guys, I keep getting interrupted. So as I was saying, my cousin has the same type of migraines and she's taking triptans. And I was like, I never thought that, I never tied the two together. Like the 10-minute doctor kept telling me, I can't take these because of the severe risk that I have with the type of migraines that I have. So he was saying, you know, it's the higher risk for me to have seizures, obviously. But this was before I had seizures. It's a higher risk for me to have blood clots if I take this. It's a higher risk for me to, you know, have this and develop that and develop this and develop that. Oh, that was weird what my eye just did. But he was just telling me he didn't want me to take that risk taking any type of triptan. So triptans were out for me. Can't take that. And but I was like, okay, you know, I don't, you know, you're the doctor. I don't want to take that if that's the case. But it never dawned on me that she has the same type of migraines and she's taken several of them. But I just kept thinking to myself, maybe my type of my case was just different from hers. You know what I mean? I don't know. So when the 45-minute doctor put this in, I was like, you know, I don't want to take that. That was my initial thought. Like the other doctor said, no, you know. Then I was thinking to myself that, you know, those thoughts, and I was just like, well, wait a minute. Maybe I should, because this is the only medicine that I've ever had. And I've been begging for this from the 10-minute doctor, some type of medicine or painkiller or something strong enough that will help me on the onset of a migraine. He's never given me a medication for that. And I don't understand. Like, even if it's not a specific migraine medication like this one, give me some type of painkiller or something for when I have a migraine. When I mean an onset, meaning when I know a migraine is coming or a migraine hits, I need something for that. Either you're going to give me a painkiller, because these are incredibly debilitating. You know what I mean? Or you're going to give me a couple medications to help with that, because a migraine comes with multiple symptoms. I'm talking about dizziness, nausea, the pain from the headache. It gives you all types of, when I say symptoms on top of symptoms, and I don't want 17 different medications, you know what I mean? But at least give me something for the major ones. You know what I mean? Like I said, the dizziness is incredible. Like sometimes I can't even get up to walk, because I feel like, you literally feel like the room is spinning or you're spinning and the room is still, which is weird. And I've told him that on several occasions, and he knows. Never given me anything. The nausea is incredible. It's almost like morning sickness. Never given me anything. The pain is incredible. Never given me anything for the onset of the pain or any type of painkillers, period. Never given me anything. Never. But then tell me I can't take certain over-the-counter medicines. So like, and even when I do, I have to take so much of it, I'm on overdose. Like, like seriously, it's incredible. At least those three. There's way more symptoms. You know what I mean? But at least those three. Never giving me anything. So when the 45-minute doctor sent this over, this is basically for the onset and treats basically at least those three. And I don't know if it does anything for the dizziness, but it's supposed to help with the migraine itself. So that helps with the pain, with the serotonin and everything I was talking about, and the nausea. So I'm sitting here researching, like, so literally this man had me think, the 10-minute doctor literally had me thinking there's nothing out there for me. Like, I'm sitting here in pain, going off thinking I'm by myself. There's nothing out there for me. And it's this medicine sitting right here. You basically say I can't take it because of the risk and the severe symptoms that I could have from it. And it's sitting right here in front of your face, but you're not giving me anything else. Yeah. So what I said was, I'm going to once again experiment and see what happens. I'm going to, because they only gave, it's supposed to be a 30-day supply, but it's only 9 pills. I don't know what that's about, but because it's not like I take it every day, but I would think for a 30-day supply, at least I would get 30, 20, 10. I don't know where the 9 come from, but these are 2 medications that I'm currently on. Like I said, I would think I'm just going to kind of experiment. I'm guessing that's what he said too. Even when I told the 45-minute doctor about this and what the 10-minute doctor said, he looked at me and was like, that's not true. I don't even know where he's getting this from. He said it like he knew some doctors said it, but he doesn't believe that. Like, that's not, like, yeah, it could happen, but, you know, like, that's, no. That's basically like his reaction. He was like, no, that's not true. No, you know what I mean? Anyway, so far, I said I'm not going to go overboard with this, but my migraines lately, and I don't know if it's because of the weather or what's going on, my migraines lately have been insane. So I've taken 2 in the last, I've had this for maybe almost 2 weeks, and I've taken 2. So far, so good. Technically, you can only take 1 within 2 hours. So if I take 1 now and it hasn't done anything and my migraine is still going crazy, I have to wait 2 hours before I can take another one. The first time I took it, it really didn't do much. I waited till 2 hours passed. I didn't take another one. I could have, but I didn't because I don't want to, go overboard with it. Today I had to take 1 because of the incident I said at the beginning of this video. I don't know if I'm going to take another one. At this time, I technically could, but we'll see. I'm not going to push it. But yeah, those are the 2 medications that I am currently on. This video has gotten so long, I may have to cut this video in part 1, part 2. But yeah, story time and medication time. So yeah, I'm still going to do the other video. I don't know if I'm going to do this in part 1, 2, and 3, or it's just going to be part 1. This is going to be part 1, part 2, and that's going to be a separate thing. But stay tuned. Thank you guys for rocking with me. Please make sure you guys subscribe because people have been watching my videos and not subscribing, and I love you guys. And this is definitely going to be, like story time, vlogging, this, that. And this is not just going to be, hey, watch me have seizures, So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on everything that's going on with me. And I love you guys. So who knows, just rock with me. I promise you guys, other than all of that, I'm going to try and get myself decent one of these days, not wear my grandmother's shirt and look crazy, but we will see. I love you guys. Stay cool and see you guys later. Bye.